Hello everyone and welcome to Quality Old Games. Today we are having episode 5 of the Western Roman Empire campaign in Barbarian Invasion. And we have almost reconquered the rebellious areas of the empire. One more area remaining, and at the same time we have managed to push the boundaries of the empire a bit further, especially here in Vicus Alemanni, Dalraida, which will unfortunately rebel, and Campus Quadi. And at the moment our problem is the Goths, who are coming in as a horde to the empire. So basically that means that we need to start building up our defenses when we can. And I guess we had no battles pending here, so we are pretty much ready to move on for next turn. Okay, we want to trade with Saxons. I guess that's one faction that does not go into horde mode if they get beaten. Okay. And this is a bit problematic, because now it's quite a bit more difficult to get across. Buracum is coming under control, which is good news. We are having some money here, and Corduba has finished the governor's palace. Also good news. Maybe we could improve the public order in some way still. For example, with the chapel. Or then not, because of the population growth bonus. So I think Corduba can remain as it is. Let's see about Vicus Alemanni. It's doing okay and should do much better next turn. I think stone walls will become a necessity in many towns and cities rather soon. But let's see first about getting our army across in the north. Of course, we could try to take Dalraida already. And it seems that's a necessity because we cannot get our fleet there. And actually there is somewhat of an army. Okay, if it can survive, we can get the troops across next turn. Let's see about Spain. A couple of more turns until we are ready to assault Salamantica. And I think Carthage could use some more Limitane. And we should retrain the other troops as well. Then of course we should try to boost our economy in some way. Let's see, Samaropriva can use some repairs, and maybe a port could increase trade nicely. So let's build the port, and Avaricum could also use some repairs, and let's see what a port would do. Nice increase, even though some of it will go to corruption. And Burgindala. No, Burdigala. Okay, it doesn't benefit from port that much, so that can be. And then we need to reinforce at least some of these cities. Salona has a decent garrison, and Aquincum as well. Maybe we should retrain the troops here. And then Carnuntum is going to be problematic. It would require stone walls for a proper cover, so we are unable to give it those. But let's see about Augusta Vindelicorum, also problematic. Avicus Alemanni could have stone walls, but do we have enough money for that? No, we don't. So we still need to use the peasants there to keep up the public order. So since we cannot do anything more for the defenses, I think we should consider boosting the trade. This could give some benefit, not too much. If we are lacking a port somewhere, it should be built. But is there a place? Colonia Agrippina. I guess a port here. Okay, it will do some good. So, I guess this will be this turn. And let's see the Goths' next move. And they are entering our area. 4 full armies. And there is a rebel army. Maybe we could take care of it. Apparently not. At least yet. And Londinium is having some troubles with public order. I guess there is one character, so maybe a chapel here would help out. One of the Celtic diplomats is likely the cause for the troubles. And then we should try to get across. And since the other army is unable to move, we shall besiege the settlement. And we will likely use that army, but against Tara I think we will be able to hire some mercenaries to help us out when the time comes. So we need to mind the financial situation still. And some financial help might be in order. So maybe improve a port here, but we need to start training troops, especially for Ravenna and Rome. So let's make a unit of comitatenses in Ravenna and in Rome as well. And I guess in Rome we should try to get army barracks going next turn. Because we could get the, are they Plumbatari or whatever they are, and they will be quite beneficial for us. So some trade building would be beneficial. Okay, for example here it will boost the trade a bit, I think. And then let's make some peasants here to keep up the public order. And I guess we can raise taxes a bit here. And in Burdigala as well. And the army here actually must be diverted towards Ravenna. And I'm a bit worried about Carnuntum. It will most likely be in trouble when the Gothic hordes arrive. We don't want ceasefire with the Celts. And some druids, mercenary veterani, Kerns. I think we should be in pretty good position here. Sorry about that. However, we need to get the mercenaries as the Celts are beginning to attack us. And there seems to be this formation that we can utilize in the battle. So especially our infantry is running pretty low. Also the cavalry. But let's see if the general's bodyguard can do something. Some harassment in the battle before the actual fighting starts. Of course, it's risky. If we lose the battle, I think we will lose the whole army. So we need to be careful here. Let's try to avoid the enemy warlord. But if these are the Kerns, I think we could be able to do some surprise attacks here. Yeah. And let's be careful of the enemy cavalry. And I guess we have stayed our welcome here. So time to get out. And if we manage to lure the enemy general towards our lines, that could actually serve us pretty well. At least the archers are beginning to fire. And with this Sarmatian cavalry, let's try to keep the enemy from fleeing. At least try to take the enemy general down when they flee. Okay, excellent. So he can go, or the rest of the bodyguards can go. And let's position ourselves for the next battle. And of course the archers should focus on the veterani, and our cavalry should focus on the Kerns and the druids. And actually I think the main target for the archers are also the druids. They are at least taking quite a beating. And they are fleeing. So let's focus on the veterani now. I think we have won this battle already. But a couple of shots on the heavy infantry's back will do wonders. And then let's take care of the enemy druids. And it seems the enemy infantry is actually withdrawing. So it's time to hurry up a bit. The archers can hurry also. And then we should try to slow them down with the cavalry a bit. So 88 men. Still eager or steady. Tired, good news, shaken. So let's try to hit them at the same time with the both units. Maybe that's enough to break them. Okay. So much for that. And they are wavering. And actually you guys are not shooting now. And they are breaking. Excellent. So, the whole enemy army has been destroyed, excepting the one bodyguard who can live to tell the tale about the furious Roman army who is coming for them. Only 20 casualties. Rather decent, while we beat about 400 enemy units. And if this general can slow down the Berbers a bit, that will be very beneficial for us. And unfortunately we lost our transportation there. And the Goths have arrived. And our financial situation is getting better bit by bit. So let's raise some taxes here and start the construction of the army barracks. We are going to need them. And let's see if we can finally beat these rebels. Well done. And we can get the governor back there soon. And we can raise some taxes in Eburacum. Maybe we should actually bring another one of these generals to Londinium. Maybe he can do something useful there. And here we have Sarmatian archers available, which we will hire. And besiege Tara, which is guarded only by 2 units, and of course they have other 2 units as reinforcements there. And we are in no rush in conquering Dalraida here, so we can wait a bit. And the army here, actually, if we can take care of these archers this easily with cavalry, we will of course do it. We don't want them to reinforce the city. Of course, this river crossing will be a bit problematic. Fortunately, the enemy is somewhere on the back. So we can cross the river at our leisure. And let's head towards the enemy and just use brutal force to pound them into submission.
The enemy army is in flight.
And we want to actually destroy the whole unit, so they won't cause any troubles in the future. Okay, good. Clean victory with no casualties for us.
Victory! Orders, forward. Engage the enemy. Victory!
And the garrison here might be somewhat difficult. So let's see if this general can draw the attention of the enemy for at least some time. And actually we should, at least next turn, continue the construction project in the Italy. guess we can raise taxes here, and as the public order is improving, we can relinquish training some of those troops. So if we build Limitane and some peasants here, I guess that's our choice here. And could we actually drive? Okay, there is enemy general. So let's see what the Goths are up to. Scottish chariots, Galoiglach, and there are a bit more troops than we bargained for, but we can withdraw. So let's try to cause as much casualties as we can, and then I think withdrawing might be necessary. So those Sarmatian horse archers will be the key here, most likely. The enemies will come mainly from the same direction. So I guess this hill here will be the position for majority of our troops. But those horse archers need to harass the enemy.
The enemy have brought up more men.
At least these Gallow glass should be easy targets. And then it's time to form up here. Let's just keep an eye on the battle at the front or the skirmish there, so we don't want to lose these. I will shoot these Gallow glass units because they have no shields, so they should take some extra damage from arrows. And I take off the skirmish mode, so because the AI there is somewhat bugged, so it may be in some cases more trouble than worth. I think we can decimate at least this unit with the Sarmatian horse archers or Sarmatian archers. And if we could inflict some casualties to the chariots and the warlord, that would be great as well. I'm not sure if these Pictish spearmen are good units or not. But as the enemy seems to be marching forward without taking any notice of these, we can start to harass the general. Of course, any bodyguard felled by this unit is in itself a minor victory in this battle. And actually they are starting to fall quite nicely. Let's just be careful not to get caught between this army and the reinforcing army. And the situation might actually look like that we will be able to capture the city this turn, if the fight goes well, okay? Some missiles starting to fly from the chariots, so let's keep our distance there. And I think the general's bodyguard has sustained quite heavy casualties already. I think we will be satisfied when the number of bodyguards stops or drops below 20. And then we can start to focus on the chariots. Okay, it's nice. So maybe actually we could make a cavalry rush. And chariots are also starting to take casualties. Actually, it seems these Sarmatian archers or mercenary Sarmatian archers are worth their weight in gold if they keep up this performance. And we provoked a reaction from the chariots and from the whole enemy army, it seems. So it's time to withdraw a bit. If they want to chase us, they are welcome. Okay, a couple of volleys on their backs will do wonders. I guess they are having none of it. So it's time to withdraw towards our army. Okay, if they are forming up, I think we can get a couple of nice volleys off. And is the enemy still going to advance here? Or are they forming up? Of course, getting into the range of our normal archers would be beneficial. So the question now is, should we charge down the hill? As the enemy clearly is in disarray. And I guess the archers should be pretty soon in range as well. And at least the other one can focus on the gallows glass, while these can focus on the chariots still. Okay, and the enemy is breaking already. So you should save some ammo. Okay, enemy general is down. And let's take care of the chariots. And the rest of the enemy army. And I guess we should be able to take care of the garrison. Rather soon. Let's give the missile cavalry a bit of time to gain strength, and then we shall continue with the harassment of the, I guess, enemy faction leader, judged by the size of his bodyguard, but we have such a small number of arrows that we will only shoot from behind. And once again, dropping any of the bodyguards is very beneficial for us. Okay, some are starting to fall. Excellent. And as they likely have 2 hit points, some others are taking some hits as well. Okay, they are starting to launch missiles. Time to withdraw. And are these actually up to the task of charging directly on the enemy? Let's not take the chance, as these are pretty good in their main task of shooting enemies. If need be, we will utilize them in the final confrontation here. Seems there is some nervousness on the enemies. I think we need to use our own general rather quickly, so not to get trampled by the enemy. And I guess this bodyguard, or rather mercenary unit, will try to charge from behind to cause some additional harm on the enemy, and they are breaking. Excellent. And the enemy general or king died, so we will then take down the kerns, and we don't need archers for that, so I guess the heavy cavalry will finish the job here.
The enemy's hearts are full of fear, and now they flee.
And I think we can finish the battle here. I'm a bit anxious. Okay, heroic victory. Excellent. I'm a bit anxious about finishing the battles. I think I have told at least once that I did that, I actually lost the battle because some enemy unit was fighting for death or something like that, and it didn't work out as planned. And this general is nicely hindering the advancement of the enemy. And here we have quite a large army actually. And I think we need to fight somewhat moving battle here. I'm not certain that we have enough strength to destroy this enemy army here. But at least I think the bodyguards can do some damage, and of course luckily it will replenish rather quickly. So let's utilize the hill here and attack actually the cavalries right here on the flank. Okay, they are breaking already. So let's make some more casualties before continuing against the other cavalry unit. And you are supposed to attack here, because our light cavalry cannot do this on their own. Okay. Finally, and it's time to withdraw a bit. And let's see, Morris mercenaries might give us a chase. So let's move a bit further back so they can pull ahead the rest of enemy army. Which they don't seem to be doing. So actually I think these control groups are of more harm than use. So let's rest a bit and then make a second attack on the enemies as they are reforming. We have nice time to wait a bit. And let's charge this mercenary band here with our full might. And hopefully we can break them before the enemy main army arrives. Yes, we can. Excellent. And now it's time to position ourselves again, with the exception of that unit. They're on the hill. And it seems enemy bodyguard is coming here. If we could actually do enough damage to him or kill the enemy general. Okay, some more Morris mercenaries, let's take them out as well. And it's time for you to flee. Let's actually flee that way so that our main army can catch these enemy bodyguards, preferably from behind. It's time to turn around. And hopefully we can crush this unit. Okay, he's fleeing. Excellent. So our only real trouble here are the mercenary veterani. So let's draw a bit further away to wait a bit, so that hopefully we are not tired anymore when the battle begins anew. And let's see if we can lure the veterani unit away from the peasants. So basically that means that the heavy cavalry should try to charge these, and then let's see if the light cavalry can draw the enemy attention away. Apparently it cannot. Okay, first unit is breaking there. And second as well. And of course, if we get to charge the legionaries downhill, that will be very beneficial for us. So I guess light cavalry can take care of those, and then these will leap on the legionaries as they charge up the hill. And both of these units are broken. And the rest of the peasants as well. So it's only the veterani at the moment. And of course those units fleeing around them most likely will lower their morale as well. And I think it's time to charge. They are very tired. And they are breaking. Excellent.
The enemy's hearts are full of fear, and now they flee.
A nice victory. It will make the capture of the enemy city quite a bit easier. And we can finish the battle. A heroic victory once again, and most of the casualties I think came to the generals. So they should be replenished rather easily. And did the Goths attack? I guess they did. And our monetary situation is looking good. Let's bring in some more money. And actually I think, since we are making these shorter episodes, this is everything for today. So thank you very much for watching. If you like the content, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And you may also turn on the notifications, so you will get a note when a new video arrives. You can also share this video to your friends. All of this will help a great deal. You can also post comments about the gameplay, what I should do and what I shouldn't, and so on. Have a great rest of the day. Quality Old Games out.